A warning flare streaked across Washington this evening. The credit rating agency Fitch says that it is reviewing America's stellar AAA credit rating and may downgrade it. This because of the budget siege in Washington, which is only deepening. It was just 24 hours ago that Senate leaders boasted tremendous progress on a deal to reopen the government and allow Uncle Sam to borrow money to pay his bills. But today, in a surprise, the House Republicans rushed out a new proposal that included rollbacks in Obamacare, which is what led to the government shutdown in the first place. Then, late today, the Republicans called off even that vote. So here's where we stand. The country is in the 15th day of the shutdown, and more important, the day after tomorrow, the government loses the ability to borrow money. It could start defaulting on its debts sometime after that. We have a team of correspondents covering this fast-breaking story. First, Nancy Cordes on Capitol Hill with the late developments.
Scott, House Republicans tried to pull a hat trick today, but it turned out to be a little trickier than they thought. And the plan that they introduced in the morning had to be scrapped in the evening because they didn't have enough votes from within their own party. What they were trying to do was to upend a compromise that was being worked out in the Senate and replace it with something a little more conservative. But it didn't go far enough for their Tea Party members who wanted bigger changes to the president's health care law in exchange for reopening the government than their leaders were willing to give at this stage of the game. So all day long, leaders tried to tinker with the plan a little bit to get enough votes from their right flank. But at the end of the day, it was not looking good. And then Heritage Action, a very conservative group, sent out this note to members saying the proposed plan will do absolutely nothing to help Americans who are negatively impacted by Obamacare, and it looked like they just weren't going to have the votes, and so they ended up throwing in the towel. The plan is now dead, and shortly thereafter, we got the signal from leaders in the Senate that their negotiations are now back on and that they think they can finalize a plan in very short order to reopen the government and raise the debt ceiling. But the question is how quickly that can happen because of the rules of the Senate. Passing anything, even if it has big bipartisan support, can take days, Scott.
Nancy, thank you very much.